It's coffee time.
Well, good morning, you guys. I just made it back from the gym and I wanted to start vlogging this morning, but what was my surprise when I woke up? The construction workers were on my roof and I was like, what's happening? What's going on? It's Saturday morning, it's 8 a.m. They normally do not work on Saturdays and I'm like, cool, thanks for letting me know and stuff. So I completely forgot to record an intro before, but I did manage to take my butt to the gym. So we had a nice workout day today. We trained shoulders and triceps. So now it's time to kickstart our reading vlog. I'm going to be reading the Shiver books because I've never read them before and I want to know how they are. Are they dark? Are they more like cheesy? What kind of spookiness do they bring to the table? And maybe you guys also have never read them, so I can let you know how they are, see if you will be interested in purchasing them. So we're gonna make some coffee, obviously, because I am defeated after the gym and I'm gonna need more energy now. And I'm gonna try to have a shower without any of the workers peeking into my apartment. And then we're gonna start our reading vlog with some nice breakfast, some nice coffee, and a nice spooky read. And now we wait. Good morning. Good morning. Say hi to the vlog. Say hi, people. So we are fresh and showered and we are ready to start our reading. Coffee is ready as well. So I do own at the moment currently 5 of the Shiver books. They are all by the same author, M.D. Spencer, and honestly I haven't really heard much about them. I'm guessing they're going to be just fun and not really like extreme horror because these are for younger readers, but I just love the covers and I hope that they're going to be as much fun as the older Goosebumps books were. So I do not own all the numbers yet, so I'm gonna just start with the lowest number that I own, which is number 3. So we're gonna start with this beautiful book that it's called Ghost Rider, and it just looks fantastic. The covers of these books are something else that I absolutely love about this series. They are just so cute and cheesy and I'm here for them. So we're gonna start with number 3. We're gonna read for a little bit and I'll let you guys know my thoughts on it as soon as I'm ready. So it has been a couple of hours since I last spoke to you guys, but I wanted to give you an update in between. And then my cat, my old cat, came to sit on top of me, and sometimes when he does that, you don't really have, you know, a time. He might be there for 1 hour, 2 hours, we don't know. So I just let him be there and sleep peacefully. The good news is I have finished the first 2 volumes already, so I am here to let you know my thoughts on the books. One thing that I can tell you I'm missing in these books is some sort of twist, some sort of turn, something that gives you a punch at the end. I'm kind of missing that because, for example, books like the Monster Street books, they had that kind of like unexpected turn or twist at the end, and these ones don't, so it's kind of a little bit disappointing in that sense. However, they are still quick, fast-paced reads. Let's start talking about volume 3, Ghost Rider. We follow Amber. She's not happy right now this summer because her family is moving from New York City to Georgia to a really old house in the middle of nowhere. And of course, when you change kids from that sort of city environment to a really quiet small village, you know, there's always drama. So on the way to the new place, while they're driving, there's always kind of weird spooky things that start to happen. And this house where they are going to be moving into has not been inhabited for the past 50 years. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the house. Also, the people in town consider this house to possibly be haunted, and as they move in, they realize that they seem to be uninvited. I enjoyed this one because it had some family dynamics, it had some kind of family mystery that they had to solve, and it was fun. It was a quick, fun read for summer. Then, since I couldn't move, I decided to jump straight to volume 4, The Animal Rebellion, and based on the cover and the theme, I expected to love this one more. However, that was not the case. Similar to the first one, we follow Winston, someone that is being sent for the summer to spend 2 weeks with his uncle and cousin. And again, we have somebody that's going from the city life to a barn in the middle of nowhere with animals and all of that. So we have again that contrast. And Winston is a geek, he loves computers, and now he has to spend 2 weeks of summer in a barn. So on the way to the barn, when they pick him up from the airport, while they're in the truck going to the barn, already kind of weird things start to happen as well. And he's going to figure out that his uncle and cousin love pranks, and Winston, being a geek, just gets pranks all the time. And I liked the beginning and the ending, but towards the middle it dragged a lot for me, sadly, unfortunately, and I wanted to see a lot more. These books are really toned down. There is really not much blood at all. There is no really deaths at all. So I guess I'm missing that part. Like, they are not really all out there with the horror. This one did have, though, some references to Star Trek, which, you know, fits somebody that is a geek, and I love to see that. But I mean, these 2 books were both based in summer. They were quick, fun reads about kids that go from the city to either a house or a barn in the middle of nowhere, and something happens to them and they have to figure something out in order to come alive from the situation and survive. However, of course, these ones, like I said, felt so toned down that you never fear for the characters, really. They're not really scary either. I would say they're very low on the scary, like the cryptometer. So if you are considering picking them up, and you are somebody that, you know, gets spooked by everything, maybe these ones would be a good choice for you, because they are not as intense and they are definitely not as dark as other middle grade books or any other books of this type that I have read myself. We will see. I still have 3 more volumes to go, but so far I'm kind of missing a little bit more of the horror. It is currently around 5 p.m. and I have finished my lunch and I took a break to watch something, and I feel like now it's time to get into our next Shivers book, and that's gonna be number 8, Terror on Troll Mountain. And I was looking at the synopsis of the book, and interesting enough, it's again about a kid that lives in a city in Chicago, and he's been sent to his grandma that lives in Italy in a small town. So I feel like there's a pattern here. These are all kids that are being moved from the city to some kind of remote place where they find themselves in danger. So it's interesting to see that there is kind of like a formula, if you want to say. So I will see if I enjoy this one. This has such an amazing cover, absolutely love it, and this has to do with some sort of beast or demon that lives in the mountains in Italy, so we shall see. And just like that, you guys, we have finished the next book, Terror on Troll Mountain, and this starts to feel a little bit like a reading marathon, but I'm not mad because I am enjoying to finally have a day to sit down and read and enjoy some books that I've been meaning to read for a while. So in this book we have this boy that again travels, you know, through the airport, and then it's in a car with his dad, and they're going to visit their Italian family. And when he gets there, he meets one of his relatives, one of his cousins called Anthony, and they start kind of investigating through town. Now this is a very small town in the mountains, so there is not much to do, and he decides to go and adventure into the mountains by himself, and he comes across something that he believes to be a creature. Now the family tell him about this legend of this troll that it's supposed to live out in the mountains, but of course, you know, the kids think that this is just a legend and that's it. But of course our two kids are gonna go play in the mountains, and they're going to make some gruesome discoveries. You know, even though these books are not extreme horror or anything like that, they're not really dark or as dark as I would expect them to be. I do appreciate a lot of things about it. They are showing you different types of friendships and relationships. Here we have a really cool friendship about these two kids, and this one was really action-packed, and it was a lot more entertaining from the three because there was a lot of things going on and a lot of action. I like that these books are also, you know, they have really different themes. We have like a haunted house story. Excuse me, she needs attention. Why are you interrupting, mommy? Tell the people. You need attention? As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I like that these books are bringing different cool themes to the young readers. In the first story, Ghost Rider, we have a haunted house story. In the second one, The Animal Rebellion, we had a really imaginative situation in which animals in a barn could potentially become a danger for our kids. And in the third book we have a creature feature, if you may. So I like that all of these books as well have different types of friendships, and we do see the kids a little bit, you know, with their family and relatives, and they're nice quick reads. But as I have been saying, I think I sound like a broken record. I was just hoping for these books to be a little bit more dark and have a little bit more of a twist, which they don't have, but there is still a lot of fun. Now that the workers have left, actually it started raining so much that they tried to keep going with the works on the roof, but then they gave up. I call that karma because they bothered me this morning when I was trying just to, you know, enjoy my weekend. So I think, you know, when it rains and it's gloomy outside, I think I've mentioned this before, but I do enjoy to have a nice hot bath. Now it's summer, so in summer I don't feel like bathing so much, but because it's gloomy and dark outside and there's a lot of rain, I think it's a good time to have a bath. And we're gonna take with us the next book, number 11. Guess who's coming for dinner? So we're gonna enjoy this one with a bath. hello, we are all relaxed after our bath, and I am slaying those books today. I have finished already book 4 while I was in my bathtub. This was another quick read, and I have to say, this is now my favorite from the 4 that I have read, because, as you probably guessed, this one gets a little bit darker. It's a little bit more unsettling, a little bit more, I don't want to say disturbing, because this is not heavy horror, but this is the darkest story that I have read so far, so probably that's why this is my favorite. We are following Josh. He's very popular at school, and he starts to hang out with one of the kids that is considered to be really weird, that's always alone, always playing chess instead of having lunch, and he also secretly loves chess. So Josh starts to play chess with Michael, who is the weird left out kid, and he starts to learn about his family. So Michael has a sister called Gladys, and apparently she's also really weird, and apparently people that hang out with his family tend to disappear. Ooh, the tea. So yeah, so Josh starts to find out more and more about Michael's family, and things get a little bit out of hand. That's all I want to tell you, because I don't want to spoil the reveals and all that. I feel like even though in this story we also didn't get like a big reveal, I feel like these books are fairly easy to predict in a way. You know, they're still a fun read, and I have to always remember that these are meant for younger readers. They're not meant for somebody my age, because of course, you know, being older, having read so many books, of course I see things coming, but maybe some kids are reading these books and they're getting really surprised. So you always have to consider these reviews coming from somebody that it's not the target audience, somebody that's older and that has more experience with, you know, all types of horror and thrillers, movies and books. And so of course I've already read and heard so many stories that I see a lot of things coming from miles away. So these 4 have been a lot of fun. We only have one left, this one, which also has a really cool cover, and it's called A Ghostly Playmate. So we shall see. So far all the themes have been different. This one, based on the title, may potentially be another ghost story, like in the first book that we read today, The Ghost Writer, but we shall see. I think I'm gonna jump right into it, because I would like to finish everything before dinner so I can just relax and watch a horror movie. And I would have read today 5 books, even though they're short, but this is really good because July has also not been my best reading month. I'm still very busy, and my work schedule and the gym and everything has not let me much time left for reading at night. I'm mostly tired, so I have been just watching something on Netflix, so I have not been able to read so much. So it's been great today to catch up with some books, and hopefully you guys are enjoying to hear my thoughts on the books, and maybe you've read some Shivers yourself. Let me know down below if you did, which has been your favorite volume so far. Well, you guys, it's 8:40, so it's nearly time for the cats to have dinner, and you can see it's nearly time when they're like this, getting closer, kind of demanding food. And the good news is that I have finished our 5th book for today, A Ghostly Playmate, and it is kind of what the title is telling you that it is. It is a tale about ghosts. We are following Victoria. She's 11 years old, and all her life she's been living in this beautiful big mansion in Alabama with servants, and she speaks really ladylike, using big words, dressing really fancy. And the family has bad luck and ends up having to leave the house, and they have to move to a small New York apartment. It's a big city, really loud, dirty. So Victoria has a lot of trouble adapting. Also, she's always been tutored all her life. Always people would come to the big house to give her lessons. Now she has to go to regular school. and she makes a friend, a very interesting friend, and makes really gruesome discoveries. There is a couple of parts here in this book that are really dark for being a middle grade. I'm not going to go into details, but I hopefully will remember to leave some trigger warnings down below. But I feel like maybe the stories get darker, you know, as the author was writing, because the first books, which were number 3, 4, and 8, were a little bit more tame, and I feel like 11 and 25 are going in the direction of a little bit darker, a little bit more twisted tales. So I'm here for that. I really enjoyed all of them, so I am going to continue to collect them and read them. They are a lot of fun. They are short. They're all a little bit over 100 pages, so as you can see, you can read a lot of them in a day if you take the time. So I hope that you enjoyed my thoughts on the books, and I'm going to leave it here. Tomorrow I am planning to start finally my reading vlog on the new Grady Hendrix book, so it is perfect that I was able to read everything in 24 hours today so that I can focus on the new vlog and the new book tomorrow, because I am really excited. I really want to know what I think of that book, especially since people seem to be really divided with that new release from Grady Hendrix. So I'm wrapping up this vlog here now for you guys, and I'm gonna go make some dinner and just relax with the cats. And I hope to see you all guys, as always, either in my next vlog or next coffee time. Bye.